Greetings, everyone. Santa Aaron here, coming to you live from my office in good old Meade County, Kentucky. You know, I like to get together each week and make a video and spend some time talking about different things that are going on all around Meade County. And it has been a very, very interesting, interesting couple of days here in Meade County. As you know, I don't like to talk about political things a lot, and we're not going to make that about this. But it is going to lead into what I want to talk to you about today and something fun that you can do this weekend. Last night, we had a demonstration, I guess, for lack of a better word, down on the waterfront here in Brandenburg. There is a Civil War monument that was relocated here several years ago, and I believe it was on the University of Louisville campus. And they took that particular monument down, and they were looking for a new home for it. So the city of Brandenburg said that they'll take it and put it on the waterfront. It's a beautiful park that they built down there and where they actually put the monument. And I'm not going to speak about the monument at all, but mostly just about the area around it. There's a really nice mural that an artist has painted to some wonderful pictures back there. And it looks really, really nice. And there were some things going around on, I guess, a couple of different outlets yesterday. Reddit was one of them. Twitter, I think, was another one, where people were trying to, I guess, rallies or get some sort of rally together. And I read some of the posts that they had made, and the intent was very clear in these posts. They did not mean anything good to come of it. They had made statements of, destroying businesses and taking, monuments down and that kind of thing. And, I've always been a big supporter of the rule of law. I love our county. I love our community. It's a wonderful community, and it's open to all, and everybody gets along very well in our town. And I was really concerned for a lot of the business owners down there. And again, they talked about trying to do something to the monument. And of course, that's not their place. I mean, there's diplomatic things that can be done, and arguments that can be made, and a correct way to do that kind of thing. And the way that these particular people were posting about, forcing themselves into doing things that were not lawful, it just didn't look well. And Meade County had a showing last night of people in support. And I'll be honest with you, they were there to support many, many different things. I was there, and I was there to support our local businesses, to just try to show anyone who would come with ill intentions that, we have numbers in our county, and you're not going to come in, you're not going to bully, you're not going to push us around. And so I was there for that reason. And for the most part, it was peaceful. And I think that some folks finally did come down and protest. And that's their constitutional right. I mean, they have every right to do that. They should be able to do that peaceably and have their voices heard. And from what I saw, I wasn't there for a long period of time, but from what I saw, for the most part, it was peaceful. There wasn't, any negative things really going on that I could see. There was one altercation that I saw, and it appeared that a young man decided to shout some expletives out a window into a group of bikers, and I'm glad the kid's okay. From what I understand, he wasn't injured, but that didn't go too well, and that's just kind of goes without saying. I mean, it's never a good idea to start threatening and yelling, expletives at people in biker gang. I wouldn't do it. Never ridden a motorcycle. I mean, I did when I was younger, but never rode with bike clubs or anything like that. But I kind of, know that that's probably not a good idea. And I would certainly, teach my own children, don't do that kind of thing. But they kind of got after the boy, and I think they maybe roughed him a little bit, but from what I understand, he's okay, and I'm glad. I really felt sorry for the young man. I mean, if you want to get your point across, screaming F-bombs and trying to pick fights with people out a window is probably not the best way to do that, because if he did have something to say, it was completely ignored and thrown out the window at that point. But there were a group of folks who did, from what I understand, come down later, and they made their voices be heard, and that's fine. That is absolutely fine. I think I, with most people, were there just to show support for our local businesses, just out of fear that something would happen. I mean, they've worked hard to build that waterfront into something that brings in people, customers to the local businesses. Of course, we have Jailhouse Pizza there. It's a wonderful place. A couple of coffee shops and things like that. And it's a really, really nice place to just go and hang out. And nobody wanted to see any type of damage done to that. So I'm glad that everything ended well. The good thing is the waterfront is still 100% intact this morning, and all of the businesses are fine. So good stuff there. And I'm glad it was quiet, and I'm glad citizens showed up and stood up for our county, and for the local business owners down there. And again, I don't get into political things. I don't get into political aspects of any of that kind of stuff. But there's right and wrong ways to do those things. And if they ever decided to remove a monument and a group threatened local businesses and threatened to burn things down, I would be standing right there in the same spot. I can tell you that, because we really should not have any place for that type of behavior. But anyway, that all kind of ties into what I wanted to invite you to do this weekend. Of course, we have the waterfront down there, and they built that monument and got the mural down there. And they really built up the park. There's a really nice long walking trail there that you can walk along. It's right along the Ohio River. You can take a stroll down there, see the barges out on the water. There's a really, really good air of history around that area because there are a lot of historical things that happened there. And so, you can definitely take your family out there and you can teach them some things about history and, certain things that happened. And it's really neat just to stand in that spot on that waterfront and think about, historically all the things that have went down that river and under the Welsh Bridge there. And, just for so many years, it's, if the banks could talk, the things that they would tell us. But really, really a nice park right there to just take a walk. And if you want to get out and do some walking, that trail is nice and flat right there along the waterfront. There's also Buttermilk Falls over there. Buttermilk Falls is absolutely wonderful. There's a nice walking trail that goes back through there, completely paved over, and really, really easy to navigate and easy to walk. And they actually expanded that trail out. So if you want to take a really long walk and get some miles in, you can certainly do that, walking, jogging, all of those kinds of things. So Buttermilk Falls is a really, really nice area there that you can just get out, walk by yourself, or take your family and spend some really, really good time there. There's also a lot of great restaurants down there. Jailhouse Pizza, fantastic. That is one of the best things about our county, in my opinion. It's one of the best things about Brandenburg. If you go down to the waterfront, you really got to go down and have some Jailhouse Pizza. It will not disappoint you. And again, that's a very, very old historical building. And of course, there's some spooky aspects to Jailhouse Pizza. They say that there's some hauntings and things like that go on in there, and something to check out and a lot of fun. You never know who or what you might see. So anyway, yes, today, get out and enjoy our beautiful county, and I'm so glad that everything went peaceful last night and everything is still intact down there. So yeah, get out and enjoy yourself. Enjoy the Brandenburg waterfront today and have a good time. I believe the sun's going to be out today, and it's just going to be a great day to get together and spend some time with your family. Once again, Meade County, I love you guys. I love everyone here, and thank you all so much for showing up last night to protect our local businesses. And for those of you who had differences of opinions and you got to say those, God bless you. I'm glad that you had that right and that you were able to go and express yourself in a peaceful manner. I do regret that there was a little bit of the shoving and the incident with the young man. I'm hoping that, maybe he learned a lesson, because he could have, if he would have gotten to the wrong bunch, he really could have gotten injured, and that wouldn't have been good for anyone. I respect the young man. He definitely has a principle that he stands on, but, if he were my son, and it appeared that I have sons his age, I would probably encourage him to try to get your point across a little bit differently. I think it would be much more effective than just, screaming expletives at people out a window and then expecting them to, whatever. But I'm glad he's okay. All right, everybody get out and enjoy everything all around Meade County, and I will see you next week. Everybody have a great day. Bye-bye now.